Hey, hello ZR. Yes, I am trying out the new, still 14.3.3, but it's, I guess, some bug fixes, so we'll see if there's any changes. Thank you for joining.
Hey, hello ZR. Yes, I am trying
Oh,
out the.
okay, sorry for the feedback there. All right, so we'll just drive around maybe for maybe 1 to 2 hours, and we'll just see what kind of. Today I'm going to be trying something different. I'm going to be doing what they call cherry picking. So let's see, this might be a good one. Let's see it. It's almost $2 a mile. Let's take this one. So we're gonna go pick up this McDonald's order. This one's a good test because sometimes it goes down this one-way road, which it's not supposed to. So we'll give it a shot. It's just me today. My wife's not with me, so I'm gonna have to try and coordinate everything here, and hopefully not get the cameras stolen. Navigate to McDonald's on Durango and Blue Diamond. You know what? I'm just going to take over because I don't want it to go all the way down the street and make a U-turn. So FSD still doesn't make U-turns in the middle of the road. Cool. Waiting for my wife. Cool. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you tuning in. It's like we got 4 people in here. Thank you. So we're just getting this Uber Eats shift kicked off. Just took an order, paying about I think almost $8 to go. Okay, it's supposed to make a left here. I'm not sure why. You know what? I think it's going to the wrong one. So sorry. I'm just gonna take over. Yeah, I think it's going in the wrong. Navigate to McDonald's on Durango. Okay, should be correct now. So that was my bad. I think I had it inputted for a different McDonald's. So it's going to be right up here to the right hand side. 7 people. Thank you guys for joining in. Just download the latest update. Still 14.3.3, but I figure we maybe take a drive, pick up a couple Uber Eats order. Today I'm going to be cherry picking. So basically only pick up the best offers. I'm not going to do DoorDash just because I'm kind of on the cusp of losing my platinum status. So I'm switching to Uber Eats and just trying to cherry pick the best offers. So we'll see how much we can make. So I'll start a timer now, and then that way I can kind of let's start timing our shift now so we can see how much money we make, over X period of time here. And then I'm trying these new overlays that I downloaded from telemetry. It's supposed to show like speed, battery level, G-forces, but I don't think it's syncing with the car. So, because my battery level's at 78%, but it's reporting 50. But we'll give it maybe a couple minutes, see if it updates. If not, I'll just take it off. So just to kind of explain, cherry picking is kind of where you don't care about your acceptance rate. You just try to pick the best offers that you can to try and make the most money possible. But sometimes the apps will, if they feel like you're declining too many offers, they may not send you offers in turn. So we'll see what happens. I think Uber Eats is definitely a lot more forgiving for cherry picking. So we'll just try it and see how much money we make. ZR says, I've been able to get Gemini to do multi-point navigation prompts. I wonder if that would automatically set a navigation waypoint to the restaurant and also to the customer's location. And then when you say use Gemini, is that for Google Maps or is that for the Tesla navigation? Okay. So today's drive, we're just trying to see what kind of changes have been made. Oh, how come it's still going to the wrong McDonald's? It should be this McDonald's right here. I don't know why. Navigate to McDonald's. Yeah, we're trying to go to this one here. So, okay, let's, hopefully nobody behind me. Sorry, that was my bad. I didn't look. Android Auto, okay. Yeah, I don't think I can interface Gemini with Tesla's nav. Okay, you see it wants to go, the nav is telling the car to go straight, but thankfully the car's smart enough to realize the McDonald's is here. And then we'll just see which spot it takes. Okay, it takes this spot here. Okay, so first thing I noticed, car is definitely parking closer to the restaurant. That's a good thing. Just because I want to be at least in line of sight of my camera gear here. I'm gonna park a little bit closer, but the car did a fine job as far as parking here. So, but I'm just gonna park right here just so I can keep an eye on my stuff here. Or I tell you what, I'm gonna park right here in the corner. Okay guys, I'll be back in a second. Just gonna go grab the order real quick. I thought Grok might be tied. Yeah, Grok is, oh, sorry, I didn't have my notes. So Grok is tied to the navigation, but and I think I could, but you know, the other issue is I don't want to speak the customer's address, you know, on the live stream. But maybe when I do recorded videos, I can definitely try that out. Okay, the order should be ready, so I'm just going to go into the McDonald's real quick and just pick it up. I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, got the McDonald's picked up. Five people. Oh, put my mic back on. Okay, it's just 8 minutes to the customer's house. We'll hit start self-driving. And we'll see how this latest update does here. It says object in path. I'm not sure. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, we're in reverse. Object in path. Is it supposed to back up? I don't know why. What's in its path? There's nothing in the car's path. I'm not sure why it didn't want to go there. Got 4 people. Thank you guys for joining. For anyone in the stream, if you don't mind, help me hit that like button. Definitely helps to get it out to more viewers and lets other folks know that I am live. I think Barry from Drive Electric Today is also live, so I understand probably some folks are watching his live stream, no problem. I just had a couple hours free, so I just wanted to come out and just see how it does here. 7 people, thank you guys for watching. Hello. So just an 8-minute drive for this McDonald's order. Oh, 12 people. Thank you guys for all joining. Just going to do a couple hours of Uber Eats. We're going to try and cherry pick the best offers and then just see how much we can make. 14 people. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. We're trying the latest update. It's still FSD 14.3.3, but it's got, I guess, some kind of bug fixes. So we'll see what kind of fixes, if we can identify what kind of changes are in this latest version here. So far I've noticed everything's pretty much the same that I can distinguish, but we'll see if as we get a little bit more miles. Also trying some of that telemetry overlay from Telemetry, but I'm not sure how synced up it's going to be because there may be some kind of delay. So I try to put in the speed, some of the G meter and battery. For sure the battery is not correct because I'm at 77% battery and it's reporting 50 on the screen, so that's definitely not correct. Pretty windy day here in Vegas, so I'm just hoping everything holds up here, along with the heat. 96 degrees right now. I'm trying to do these streams a little bit later in the day just because that way it's not, you know, punishing the camera too much, because that camera was pretty hot when I last time I did it in the middle of the day. So this community we're going to has a bunch of speed bumps, so we'll see how speed bump behavior is. I saw this pretty funny video on it. I can't remember the creator's name. I think it's something like Nurse Dana or something, but she was doing that, holding like a teacup and showing how, you know, FSD totally ignored those speed bumps. So we'll see how it does in this community here. I don't think it's gated, so it should be a pretty straightforward delivery. That was a really nice, smooth stop. It didn't do that brake stab where sometimes it misjudges the distance of the stop. So it's like it's coming to a smooth stop, and then all of a sudden it, jams the brakes. It's just dropping off a McDonald's order. This one's paying, I think, a little over $7 to go 4 miles. So should be a nice quick one to kick off the shift here. If you guys don't mind, give me some feedback. Let me know how the stream looks, if it looks pretty clear on your side. Any buffering or drop frames, do let me know. Nice Lotus Emera there. Wonder if the speeds are synced up. Let me take a look. Hey, Alex Johnson, thank you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Or me, I should say. Oh, how come it didn't go there? I think the car behind is pissed that we didn't go, because we had a long yellow there to go. Yeah, it totally could have gone on that yellow, but the problem is on flashing yellows, the car is not far up enough. It's not like ready to go like a human would be. It's staying back on the line there, so when there is a chance to go, the car is not ready. Okay, I am in standard mode. It's going 33 in this 25 residential area. A little bit too fast in my opinion. Okay, pretty smooth stop there. I think the guy behind is getting pissed off that we're stopping completely at all the stop signs. Okay, so far on this latest update, it seems like it's a little bit smoother, coming to a complete stop. Doesn't do that like extra applied brake pressure in the last 1 to 2 feet that I've noticed. A little bit of slowdown for that dip. Good job as far as going into the sun. No weird steering twitching or warnings pop up. Okay, nice smooth stop. Okay, got a speed bump. Okay, that's a very gradual one, so not a sharp one. So it doesn't require a lot of slowdown for passenger comfort. Just gonna put curbside. Ooh, a little close to that car there. Okay, let's see. All right. We're just gonna go get this dropped off. Be back in a second. that was a nice, easy try. Okay, got the McDonald's dropped off. That was pretty easy. We'll head to another hotspot here. Let's try navigate to Shake Shack. Okay, so it's going to make a 3-point turn here to get out. I've been hearing some issues with smart summon, like scratching, getting people's cars scratched up from poles and everything, so a little bit more observant about when it gets close to curbs and things. It's never curbed my wheels, but it's definitely gone on the curb for these kind of soft rounded curbs, which, you know, not going to damage your wheels, but still I don't think FSD in general should go on curbs. To me, that's a no-no. So far we've done one McDonald's order, paid about $8 for 4 miles. Okay, got a dip here. It wanted to slow down, but it didn't. Oh, too fast. I'm just going to report that. It did not slow down for that big dip in the road. Yeah, it was going pretty fast for that dip. So, I don't know, maybe I'm a sissy. Let me know if you guys think. I just want to avoid as much unneeded damage as possible. Ten people. Thank you guys for joining in. We're just looking for another order. Just doing Uber Eats right now. Just trying to cherry pick the best offers here. So cherry picking is basically just looking for orders. Kind of my rule of thumb is taking $6 and above and at least $2 a mile. I know can't always get $2 a mile, but definitely at least $1.50, I feel like. But it's summertime right now, so things are pretty slow in terms of food delivery. So sometimes can't be too picky. We'll just throw on DoorDash. Says 1 minute wait. Hey, people are honking. Not at us though. People in this area are super impatient. So. Anyone else get the latest update? This 2026 14.6.7. If you have, let me know what your thoughts have been. If you see any changes or anything different. I think the speedo is pretty accurate, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just kind of looking here. So you see here, the car, I mean, this is not a highway, but it's camping in the left lane, which I don't like, because a lot of cars come up real quick on this road. And I feel like the smarter thing to do would be to stay in the right-hand lane. So I'm just going to signal here. Did I signal, or did the car do that automatically? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't like when it hangs on the left-hand lane on this road, because sometimes you have cars flying by, and want to be a courteous driver and stay to the right if possible. Very quiet from both apps. Okay, we got one here. Just want to make sure it's not an apartment, because I don't want to do apartments today. I think one is an apartment, so okay, it's saying pay attention to the road. Okay, I'm gonna decline that one. It's a good paying one, but I don't want to go to an apartment just because it's just me today. So we're just navigating to Shake Shack, see what kind of offers we can get around there. Not expecting too much today. It's a pretty slow in terms of Tuesday. Okay, getting this offer from Shake Shack, $9.30 to go 12.9 miles. That's a decline for me. My absolute minimum is $1. Regardless, I'm not taking anything under $1 a mile. Okay, this Sonics one, 7 for 3.6, but the problem with Sonics is it's always a long wait there. And okay, getting Shake Shack, and just check if it's a house. It is a house. Let's take this one, Shake Shack and Popeyes. I may regret that Popeyes. I don't know. Let me see if there's something better here. That's a really great thing about FSD is I can take a really good look at the offers. Walgreens, what? No, I don't want to do shopping. Do I take this one? No, don't want to do flowers. Okay, we'll take this Shake Shack one here. Okay, since we're going to Shake Shack anyway, it's $9 for 8 miles. Kind of broke my own rule there, but I figure there are 2 houses, makes it easy for drop off. Definitely don't want to do apartments today. You know, too bad that battery thing is not working right. My battery level is definitely not 50%. Okay, Shake Shack's here on the right. Still does the thing where it drives past the restaurant and always likes to hook a U-turn. Hey Steven, thank you for joining. Okay, let's see what it does here. Sorry, I'll get to your question in just a second. Let me just see where it parks. Got this Corolla pulling out. Got the Audi pulling out of the drive-through. Okay, it's kind of a jam here. Okay, sometimes when it notices that a car pulls out, it likes to park there, but it didn't do that there. FSD clearly should have known that that's a parking stall because the car just exited that parking stall. So I'll tell you what, you know what? It wants to park here. I'm just gonna let it park just to see how it parks. 15 people, thank you guys. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna park a little bit closer just so I can keep an eye on the cameras. So let's choose this next to this handicap spot here. Let's go for this one, and then we'll mark that we arrived. So this guy's pissed off. This guy's pissed off at me. I'm just gonna manually park here. Like I told you, people in this area are super impatient, so like when FSD comes to a complete stop, I get honked at a lot. Okay, let me just mark that I'm here at the store. Yep, marked it. Good evening. With FSD modes, does each mode go a certain miles per hour? Do you set them? No, you can't. You can't actually set them at all. But you know what? hold that thought. I'm going to come back. Let me grab this order real quick, and then I'll come back and go more into detail on speed control here, because that's an interesting question. Just going to keep the AC on here. Just keep it on at 71. Okay, got the Shake Shack picked up. Next one's going to be Popeyes. Sometimes Popeyes can be really slow, so hoping it's not going to be a long wait. Navigate to Popeyes on Durango. Okay, just make sure it's this one. Hey, Good Fortune, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, question about the different speed modes. Yeah, the different profiles definitely have some influence on speed control. So right now I'm in standard. Usually standard stays right around max. It'll go as about 5 over the speed limit. For the faster modes like Hurry and Mad Max, I noticed Mad Max does about 10 over, even on these local roads here, which in my opinion is, that's kind of starting to get into the territory for getting a speeding ticket. So definitely don't want that. So I pretty much avoid using Mad Max in at least around this area, because there is some speed enforcement patrol sometimes. Hurry seems to be somewhere between 5 and 10 is kind of what I've seen, but standard kind of works the best around this area, at least for avoiding a speeding ticket. But yeah, you can't do anything about the speed control other than changing it back to chill or sloth. I'll use chill sometimes. Sloth, I don't really use it a lot because I think it's probably too slow for my liking, but standard seems to be the happy medium, at least for me right now. Hey, Dill Pickle, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so the Popeyes is right here to the right. So let's see where it parks. Okay, it's again going away from the Popeyes. There was one spot available, so Okay, I'm gonna mark that I'm here, and then let's try some David Moss testing here. I think what David does is just try to let the car try again and see what it does. So I guess in all of his cross-country trips, like the one he did across the U.S. and the one across Canada, what he would do if he doesn't like the parking spot is he'll just have the car repark. But it looks like our car, at least my car, is just reparking in the same stall. So my car thinks this is Popeyes. Like it won't go anywhere else for Popeye. Now the parking's crooked. Okay, let's try again. Let's try this. Okay, the Popeyes is here. We're here. Let's put it right here. This Popeyes is really slow, so I don't think the customer's food's ready, so I think we should be okay retrying it here. Like there's a spot over there next to the red Mercedes or the Jaguar. Oh, okay, that might work, I guess. Okay, the Jaguar's backing up. Okay, you know what, sorry, I took over there because the Jaguar was backing up at the same time. I didn't want to be awkward there. And this Mercedes is parked crooked. So I'll tell you what. Whoa. This guy just cut us off. See what I tell you about these really aggressive folks around here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it does a good job on those poorly marked. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they weren't being here in the desert. The lines aren't really good. But yeah, if you ever don't like the spot it parks in, you can try and drop a pin and have it repark. So okay, let me go into the Popeyes and see if the order's ready. See, already I got that "we got your back" message because this Popeyes has a reputation for a long wait. So let me run in and see if the order is ready. Be back in a couple minutes. Okay, got the Popeyes picked up. It was ready to go. I have a feeling this is a no-tip order, but we'll see in a few minutes. The one thing I think is really unfair is when DoorDash, puts a no-tipping order together with a high tipping order. That's kind of the secret about how they get no-tip orders delivered. But as a driver, as like a DoorDasher, I can't tell which one is the tipping customer and non-tipping order until after, or at least until after I drop off. Then I can see what the earnings are like. Okay, great job with the U-turn. Do you guys like the telemetry overlay? Is it helpful, or is it just kind of blocking the view? Let's say dropping off Shake Shack first. So yeah, going back to the certain number of miles per hour prior, like I feel like definitely prior to 14, I can't remember, it was probably 13, you could actually set, the top speed. Like if it's, if the speed limit's 45, you could, drop to 45 or set it to 50. But it seems like after 14, they don't let you touch the speed limit anymore. So you have no influence. Like when you roll the roller up and down, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, no helper. My wife's not with me today. She's still feeling a little under the weather, so she's at home resting. But thank you for thinking of her. Widgets are cool. Okay, well, I'm trying to at least get the battery one to work. Now let's take a look at speed. Oh, we're in Mad Max. No wonder it's going so fast. Let's drop it down to standard. So you'll see there, I was very hard braking. A little bit of a hard brake there for the yellow light. So back there in Mad Max, it was doing 10 over, which in this area definitely can get you a speeding ticket. So I just don't use Mad Max. It's a little too harsh for my liking and probably too fast to, it puts you in a speeding ticket territory. So last thing I need when making, peanuts doing this. So 20 people. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Let me know if you have any FSD or Tesla questions, EV questions. Always happy to answer. 2 drop-offs right now. First one's Shake Shack, and then after that, Popeyes. Off the line there, might feel a little bit slower. I mean, a little bit smoother. Not sure, it's always tricky to figure out what things are different or, what things are about the same. So you'll see here where this area is a 45 mile per hour speed limit. It's doing 50 in standard, which 5 over is okay. Sometimes there's some motorcycle cops, hiding in some of these side streets. I feel like 5 over is acceptable. 10 over may get you a ticket. Steven says, I'm so tempted to get a Tesla just so it can drive me to work every day. Sorry, I just want to make sure it's not close to these roadside workers here. I cannot stand to drive on certain roads. Yeah, totally. Have you already test driven FSD? Feel pretty comfortable with it? I'm mixed. Like, I don't think I'm the type where I absolutely, need FSD. It's really cool. That's why I like showcasing the technology and, seeing all the improvement it makes. But I'm still okay driving myself, kind of thing. Like, I'm not one to be like, oh, it's so dangerous for a human driver. Are there dangerous human drivers? Absolutely. I think Las Vegas probably has some of the most dangerous human drivers. But it's absolutely relaxing in terms of just chilling out. Allows you to take your kind of mind off of driving, thinking about other things. So it's a really great piece of technology. Steven says I actually test drove one the other day. Absolutely amazing technology. Yeah, awesome. Steven, if you don't mind me asking, what do you currently drive? Do you drive a EV right now? So let's see here. Sorry, I'm just making sure it's going the right direction. He wants to throw us this Walgreens order, $8, but I don't want to go shopping at Walgreens. Okay, good yellow light behavior there. Didn't slam on the brakes. Nope, don't want to do shopping. I mean, FSD is really, some game-changing technology in terms of, I mean, no other driver's assistance, technology is even close. I am very interested in Comma AI. I do have a Rivian R1T, a Gen 1, and also a Hyundai Ioniq 5. So I may want to buy the Comma. It's about $1,000 and give it a shot. So stay tuned, guys. If you want to see, subscribe if you guys want to see Comma AI and how it compares to FSD. I'm older and recognize my driving skills worsening, and that's why I went to FSD. Okay, that's definitely a good reason. Yeah, I mean, I try to get my mom to, try to use FSD, but she's not too keen on trusting FSD yet. But I definitely took her in a test drive car, and it was amazing. Did everything pretty much, A+ job of driving, but she's just not ready, for it yet. So different people have different, acceptance to the technology, and I think that's kind of the hurdle for Tesla right now is, how many people are ready for FSD. So let's see. I just want to make sure we're headed in the right direction. Okay, right now I drive an Outlander, Subaru Outlander, I think. It would be my first EV vehicle. It just seems like the way to go. Yeah, I agree. I think for a first EV, Tesla is definitely the easiest to do road trips. Excellent supercharger network, excellent route planning. So yeah, definitely make a good EV for anybody. So this one, no gated community. This is the kind of delivery robotaxi or cybercab could absolutely do. It doesn't have to contend with any keypads or anything like that. Let me just make sure I have curbside selected. I kind of tapped the brakes there. I'm not sure why. Okay, there's a fire hydrant here. Let me just see which houses. I don't think. Let me just double check the address here. Okay, it's none of these houses. I see why I tapped the brakes, because the house was actually behind, but that was kind of the only available place it could pull over to the side. So let me see. Okay, it's going to be in front of this Toyota truck. Okay, I'll be back in a second, guys. Just go get this one dropped off. Okay, got the Shake Shack dropped off. Now it's going to be the Popeyes. Just share it to the car. Next one's going to be a gated community, so we can see how it does at the next place. All right, we've got a couple things here. Sup, boss? What's all this on the screen? So I was trying to figure out how to put some like telemetry data, like, you know, speed, G-force. I mainly wanted the G-force one, because that way you guys can kind of see the, you know, when it does a hard, when it taps the brakes or hits the brakes. They're probably a little bit too small, though. I have to figure out a better way, a clearer way for you guys to see them, because I think the transparency level may make it, but I can't adjust the transparency. That's the problem. So I'll have to play around with that a bit. I just more wanted to see, people mentioned about the speed and things being out of sync, so wanted to see if at least the speed is accurate. What do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty accurate, or is it off? Let me know. I'm trying to judge by, you know, watching it, but I think for the most part it's pretty accurate. Sorry if I pronounce it. Is it K Crot? Can you adjust, add, remove widgets? Yes, you can. Maybe having only the speedometer and battery on the screen would be better. Okay, I can. Yeah, if you guys want to remove some, I can definitely do that. Do you think the G meter and the acceleration and brakes are not useful? If so, I definitely can remove them, no problem. Shit Show says for $100 a month to have the car drive you around, it's well worth it if you can afford it. Yeah, I mean, probably the best $100 that I spend every month. At least for this purpose. I mean, you know, this car I kind of just use it. It's not my like daily car. I have the Rivian too, so I drive that, and the Hyundai. So in terms of, I kind of just use this car just to see, you know, it's my curiosity about FSD. My main job, I work from home, so I don't really have to drive too much. So I got this mainly to see what, you know, where FSD is at, you know, what kind of cool things it can do. And just kind of doing this just to see, you know, it takes me to different places. A little bit of side money is always great, so fun way to showcase FSD. Let's see what else. Could be cheaper. Okay, should go. Come on. Still hesitation there on a yellow arrow. Let me just make sure we're going to the right place here. Okay, so now I just got to make sure we're going in the right direction. Could be cheaper to make sense, everyone adopting it without questions. Yeah, I mean, the $100 price to me is fair, but yeah, if you had, if you price it at $50, of course, you'd probably get more adoption. Hard brakes there for that yellow. Could you guys see it on the G meter? I don't know if if it's doing its purpose there. Yeah, so I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts about the price? Is $100 too much? Is it just right? Of course, cheaper would be better. I mean, nobody doubts that. But would more people, would more Tesla, existing Tesla customers, subscribe to FSD if it's cheaper? I would probably say so. But I think you also have a segment of the population who are, even if it was free, they probably wouldn't use it. So, okay, let me just see here. Also on the update question, does the Tesla have storage for updates, or does it just update with Wi-Fi? As far as I'm concerned, it just downloads over Wi-Fi. The onboard storage is pretty much for the dash cam and for if you were to save dash cam clips. I'm sure there's some onboard memory for the updates, but pretty much, yeah, you have to connect your home Wi-Fi or to a hotspot or some kind of Wi-Fi to download. It won't download over the car's cellular network. I pay it. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think $100 is fair for what it's currently doing. But that it's always a difficult question. How much is too much, and would a lower price get more people to sign up? That's interesting. I wonder what the percentage of Tesla owners use FSD. I'll tell you what. Let's ask Rock. What percentage of Tesla owners subscribe to FSD?
Around 12 to 14% of Tesla owners either subscribe to or have purchased FSD, based on recent company reports of about 1.1 to 1.28 million active users out of 9 million vehicles. Tesla's CFO and earnings calls confirm it's still a small fraction of the fleet, though growing with subscriptions.
How recent is that data?
The most recent official data is from Tesla's first quarter 2026 earnings in late April, showing 1.28 million active FSD users out of 9.2 million vehicles. No Q2 numbers are out yet, as it's only early June.
Okay, so pretty low take rate, I guess. Yeah, 20% is less than. Yeah, it's less than. I thought it was high. I thought I read somewhere it was 30 or 40%, but I mean, below 20 doesn't surprise me. I'm always looking around, when I see another Tesla, if folks are using FSD or if they're driving them themselves. I feel like in this area, it's probably higher than that. I feel like here it may be 30%, 40% of Tesla owners, at least in the Las Vegas area, use FSD. But I noticed definitely more males, less females use it. If that's any kind of data point. Okay, I think we're pulling up to the community, guys. Let me just be ready to take over because it usually doesn't stop. Oh, the gate's opening. Let's see. Okay, we'll be able to follow this person in. Okay, let's see how it does here. So it doesn't pull up to the keypad, which is fine. Okay, it slows down, mainly for the stop sign here. Just make sure I have curbside selected. We've got a girl in a scooter here. Okay, we're just pulling up to the Popeyes delivery. Let's see if I can answer another question. I believe it's people who fear that it's not ready yet and still has that super. I think most people want unsuper. Yeah, that's true. If people could play on their phone, I think that's kind of the litmus test for people is can they text, can they, read stuff, go on X or go on Facebook, Instagram. When I survey people, I feel like that's the number one thing they ask me is when I tell them, hey, I have this self-driving car, and then they say, oh, can you look at Instagram. Okay, let me just see which house it is. 802. Which one is it? Okay, it's going to be on the other side, so I'm just going to turn around here. Okay, I think it's this first house. Might be that girl that just came out. Okay, let me go get this Popeyes dropped off here. You have the Popeyes? Okay, got the Popeyes dropped off. Before I forget, I'll tell you how much both of them paid. Dang. So DoorDash paid $5.85. The Shake Shack tipped $3.50, and the Popeyes tipped $0. Just like I guessed. So let's head back to their hotspot, see what other orders we get. See what I told you about no tip orders, riding with tip orders. To me, that's kind of unfair, but it is what it is. So we'll just turn it back on here. Excuse me. Let's go to Jimmy John's. So going into the sun, no issues. Lately, FSD has been really good as far as driving, directly into the sun. Hasn't triggered red hands or any kind of warning message. I try and keep my cameras clean as possible. Honestly, the biggest reason I want a Tesla is because FSD. Yeah, same here. I pretty much just bought this car just because of FSD. So I'm right with you there, Zach. See, the sun is so much in my eyes, I can barely read the phone. That's how bright it is. In the earnings call, they said about 180,000 people subscribed after the after the free month. They did. Right. I remember that free trial period around Christmas time. How much did she say? She said it was like around, was it 1 or 2 million for the 9 million possible cars that could subscribe? Random question: do you think Tesla and SpaceX will merge one day? Zachary, to be honest, I don't have any insight on that. So unfortunately, wish I could tell you more, but I don't have any insight on that. I haven't followed too much. I mean, I heard about the IPO and stuff like that, but I haven't been really following too much. Zachary says, I have never gotten a tip from a Popeyes order, and they have, 100%. Popeyes orders are the worst, I feel like. Zachary, where do you do, what market do you do food delivery in, if you don't mind sharing? I think there was yesterday or something, I also went out, and same case. One person pays a big tip. The Shake Shack didn't pay a very big tip, but I do appreciate the tip. But to me, zero tip, that's kind of a slap in the face. So, especially of how far it was. It was probably 7 miles, if I had to guess. That's just not a cool move to me. I wonder where these cars are going to be at next year. It's going to be wild, yeah. I mean, it's only going to get better. I mean, I don't know if I've told you guys, but I've been an FSD user since very early on. When you had to do that whole safety score thing to get accepted into the program, and I think at that time was around early 2021. It was still hardware 3, but at that time I was like, no way is Tesla going to get anywhere close to where they're at today. I was like, it would pull up to a 4-way stop and throw the red hands, and I just was like, it wouldn't get anywhere close to where it is today. But yeah, I mean, even in its current form, even though it's not perfect, but it's really amazing. I mean, I trust it quite a bit. Not 100%. Definitely do. It's still a supervised, driver's assistance program. So I mean, do supervise it, but in its current form, very, very impressive. What it can do. Charleston, South Carolina, and I can make really good. Okay. Charleston, I guess, is a tourist town, so I feel like tourist towns, do a little bit better. People are a little bit more generous, and I think that's why in Vegas it's not too bad, because I think you have a lot of hospitality workers, who understand tips, and a lot of them are tip workers themselves, so a lot of them do tip very generously. So we got 18 people in the chat. Thank you guys for joining. Oh, you finally saw a Cybercab here in South Florida. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so the other day I did a live stream. I went out to where that car wash kind of Cybercab holding facility is going to be, but I did not see any Cybercabs yet myself. But they are testing them here in the Las Vegas area, so just haven't caught a glimpse myself. If you like, maybe we can drive to that area and see if, I feel like when they do test them, it's earlier in the day. So, right now being 6 o'clock, they might not be doing any testing right now. Just make sure I have the alerts on. Vaughn's, nope, don't want to do shopping. Okay, we're getting this Taco Bell order 670 plus. That means we might actually end up making more than 670. It looks like it's going to a house. I'm just going to screenshot this. Okay, let's go ahead and take this one, and we'll shut off Uber. Okay, that was a Raising Cane's, $11 for 10. Okay, it says pay attention to the road. Okay, let's go. Navigate to Taco Bell. Okay, it's going to be this one here. Let's get it in. So far, no big changes that I've seen with this latest. It's still 14.3.3, so maybe some little refinements, but nothing I can really put my finger on so far. Maybe it's a little smoother, but overall pretty much the same. Let's see, FSD. Is it viable to FSD DoorDash for 12 hours a day? 12 hours a day. Yeah, but the thing is, you definitely want to take into account depreciation, of your car, because that's the number one thing that people miss. People just kind of look at, the fuel costs, but not the depreciation. And if you're doing it 12 hours a day and you're going to be looking to do it long term, definitely think about the tire wear. Are you going to make money? Yes, you're going to end up making money, but it's all your opportunity costs, right? If you have the ability to get a different, type of job, or, but it's definitely viable. You'll make money. I mean, I would say reasonably, at least in my area, you can probably 12 hours a day. You probably be making, I want to say like 250, maybe. Because not every, in the middle of the day it's going to be slower. In the mornings it might be slower. So if you did it 12 hours a day times 20, 240? Let's say you did it, I don't know, 340 days out of the year. You can make $81,000. And you could lease this car for, I don't know, $300-400, depending on how much money you want to put down. So you could make a decent living out of it. But 12 hours a day, that's a lot of time to be doing DoorDash. What I'm worried about is you get burnt out doing it 12 hours a day. But yeah, it could be profitable for you and fun. I like, it's just kind of supervising, hanging out. It's not too much work. Ming Bu says FSD makes it the easiest job in the world. No, it's already handling the hard part. Very true, yeah. Okay, let's see what it does here. Got a nice Model S. He looks like he's in high mode for some reason. Oh, finally got it. It says, clear all dirt, debris, and water from the camera. Okay, so finally getting it. So I'll show you guys. I'm going to take off the camera here. Do you see that? So it's this cloudy portion, and that's because of the sun. But there's some smudge marks from the window cleaner I was using earlier, but it's clean. So, all right, let me just mark that I've arrived at this Taco Bell. You know what? I'm going to pull up to a little closer spot here, just so I can keep an eye on the camera. I don't want to be too far away from it. But I guess the best news about this latest update, but I already started to see it like mid-update on the last one. Mid-update meaning I feel like they sent some kind of update after the latest, the previous update, that the car started parking a lot closer. It wasn't parking like in the next business over. So, okay, hold your thought. I'm going to be back. Let me just go check on this Taco Bell order. I'll be back in a second. Okay, that Taco Bell order was pretty much ready to go, so let's confirm the pickup. Just 6 minutes away, 1.3 miles. Yes, yep, I'm on that second version of 14.3.3. So far, I don't really notice any big changes. It might be smoother, but it might not. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to drive around and see if I notice any big changes. But right now it kind of feels about the same. But right before I went to Taco Bell, I was just kind of mentioning, I feel like Tesla releases some OTA updates like mid-update before, the major releases, kind of in between the releases. Because parking's definitely gotten better. Like after I installed 14.3.3, like a couple of days in, I feel like it's not parking as far away as it used to. So there's a bunch of rocks here. I got it a few hours ago, but haven't had a chance to try it. Okay. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, by the way. Surprised they don't charge a subscription for that. Okay, let me see what it's trying to... Okay, I think it wants to go across all the lanes, so... And there's a car behind us. She's kind of irritated. Sorry if my focus sometimes is not on the chat, just because I'm trying to look. The biggest problem is because FSD drives, pretty conservatively. She's waving. I wish I could show you guys. She's like waving her hands, like, why don't you go? So I'm just gonna give the car some encouragement. I don't want her to honk at me or get pissed off. But yeah, sometimes FSD pisses off the other drivers because it's not as aggressive as some of the drivers around here. And I think that's something, even though FSD does drive really good, it can work on some things to drive more like a human. Like up there, probably could inch forward a little bit, just let people know that, you're paying attention and you're aware of the traffic conditions. That would, I think, go a long way to sending, I guess, communicating with other drivers. Hey Wayne, good to see you. I'm surprised that it can drive itself on highways and roads, but it can't really park. Actually, highways, I feel like, are the easy part for FSD. Because it's just, going down. I know the speeds are higher, but I feel like, that's why it can do those, cross-country drives. Because think about it, as long as it can park at the supercharger, that's pretty much the only parking it has to do when it's driving cross-country. Otherwise, it's just on the highway. I mean, some highways are very difficult, right? Like in Colorado, around the Eisenhower Tunnel, going west, coming down. Those are some difficult highways, but for the most part, I mean, when you're just crossing, the middle of the country like Kansas, there's not too many crazy twisties, and FSD does that part, really, really well, at least in my opinion. Wayne, I'm in the southwest part of Las Vegas. Wayne, are you in Las Vegas? I don't remember. Let's just see, catching up on the questions here. Right now, dropping off a Taco Bell order. It says it's paying around $7 for 2 miles, so it was a pretty good one from DoorDash. Leaving a lot of space in front too. Yeah, sometimes it does that. So it's just being a more human-like driver. It already does a lot of things, that are human-like, but that's definitely one area of improvement. I think that would also increase the adoption rate of FSD, right? Because sometimes I think part of the reason why people don't use FSD is because it doesn't drive how that particular person may drive, and already they get frustrated, right? If it doesn't drive fast enough, if it doesn't, okay, this is who came to first. The Audi waves us, but we're not going. Okay, thank you. See, it's just like that. Like the Audi waves, but that's too far away. Like I don't think FSD's cameras can see that. And then the guy kind of gets frustrated. Hey, how come you're not going? So it's little things like that I think while already amazing, it can still improve upon. We got 20 people in the chat. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys don't mind, definitely please help me to hit that like button. Definitely helps get the stream out to more people. Okay, let's see. I think this might be a guard gated. Yep. Okay, it's a guard gated. I'm gonna have to take over. See there's no way for me to get a perfect streak, right, on a guard gated community. So what would you guys say that's critical? Okay, just hang on a second. I have to talk to the guard here. I got a DoorDash.
What's it?
It's 8037 Glimmering. Yeah. There you go. Okay, thank you. You too. So I guess I'm gonna have to call that critical, because how else would I have gotten in, right? Select curbside. You guys think navigation? But I guess the only reason why I chose critical is there was no way for FSC to figure that out, right? But I could see how navigation would be a appropriate choice too. Okay, did not slow down there for the bump. Okay, let's see, which house is it? I think it's gonna be across the street here. You know what, I'm just going to turn around. Oh, they have to fix the navigation. Okay, yep, I agree with you there. Let's see, which house is it? Okay, let me just go get this Taco Bell dropped off, and I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, at the end, that one paid $8.45, so very generous tip. Thank you very much. Just see if it's updating here. So for that one, DoorDash paid $2.20 and the customer tipped $6.25. So total $8.45, so very good. Just headed back to a hotspot. Steven asks, is there a way that you could input your comments or suggestions to FSD? So the only time you can add feedback is when you disengage. So I guess I could show you. So if I disengaged here, you could, select one of the preset ones, or you could hit the mic button here and then record a short message to the FSD team letting them know why you disengaged. So that's pretty much the only way you can give feedback to the FSD team there. Oh, doesn't like me looking at my phone. Okay. Surprisingly, it's, well, I guess not surprisingly, but around these more, like turns and things like that, it wants you to pay attention. So it's like the mid-speed stuff is where it's least sensitive. If you're just going down a straight road, 50 miles per hour, it doesn't nag you as much. But when you're doing these, I guess, more intricate moves, is when, it starts beeping at you. Back there, no, actually, I think I touched the brakes, not the steering wheel. So I can show you a steering wheel disengagement. Let me just get back on the road here. Let me let it get. So real raise, I'll show you here. Like, see, I'm not sure if you can see, but I'm tugging on the wheel. Okay, there. So I had to tug it pretty hard there to intervene. Like, it's not a brush. Like, you gotta purposely, give it some oomph to get it to disengage. Today, Devin from Canada FSD was showing how a passenger, could go and you could, let's see, where is it that you can, I forgot where it was, but I think there's somewhere where you can, is it service mode? I guess put the car into neutral and that turns off FSD. But yeah, go check out his post on X. He was able to, I guess you hold something to get it into neutral. I forgot where it was though. And that puts the car, or that takes the car out of FSD when you put it into neutral. Let's see, other. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the survey. I wish they made that optional, because not everybody wants to answer, why they disengaged. Especially people who are not like, FSD geeks or really into the system. Hopefully that answers your question as far as how much pressure you need to disengage FSD. Okay, the car's coming from the left, have the right of way, no stop sign. Sorry, I got all the apps off. No wonder it's not ringing. Okay, let me just try to find us another offer here. We'll try and cherry pick a good offer here. Okay, I set it to Jimmy John's, but it's park kind of far away from Jimmy John's. Just to show you guys, Jimmy John's is... I think this person in the Scion is looking for a food delivery order. Okay, we got Dollar Tree. Nope, Dollar Tree is the worst, absolute worst. That place is a mess. So you can see, I mean, it's not terribly far, but there was tons of parking right in front of the restaurant that I could have parked at. Yeah, Dollar Tree is just a mess. It's like the most disorganized retail establishment you can imagine. Okay, I'm just looking for another offer. I feel like this guy's probably a food delivery guy. Albertsons, nope, don't want to do Albertsons. Dollar Tree used to be good back then. Now it's just $1.50 last time I checked. Yeah, it's no longer a dollar, right? All these dollar places are... they got to change the name too. Wayne says, my friend was asking me, what will FSD do if somebody is tailgating you really close? Will it do anything? I haven't experienced it myself, but I've seen where it does pull over to the shoulder if somebody's tailgating really close. If it's like a, like a highway, it will move over to the right lane is what I've noticed. I guess if it's only a one-lane road, it may pull over to the shoulder, but if it's a multi-lane highway, it will change, to the slower right lane. Not getting anything here. Shopping at Smith's, no thank you. Tell you what, let's move to a different area. It seems to be really slow here. Let's go to this Chinese restaurant down the road. Hopefully I answered. Let me know if I do miss your question. Just ask it again. I'm more than happy to. It's not because I'm trying to avoid anybody's question. If there's a question I can't answer, I'll definitely let you guys know. It's not trying to avoid anybody or anything like that. Okay, let's see what we're getting here. $2.50 for McDonald's to... nope, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, just lots of crappy orders. But it is Tuesday, so... McDonald's, $3 for 2.5 miles. It is a house. I'm going to decline that. Oh. See, you got surprised by that Mini Cooper, but the Mini Cooper, like, didn't do anything to surprise. I mean, it was parked there for a couple of seconds. Okay, another DoorDash order. Okay, Wingstop, $8.95 for 3.5 miles. I will take this one. Navigate to Wingstop. Oh, jeez. It almost slammed into that curb. Did you guys see that? Wingstop is over there. I don't know why it's parking here. Okay, so that's, sorry guys, let me get out of here because it's blocking the sky view. So Starlink's not going to get a good. Wayne, In-N-Out, no, In-N-Out doesn't participate in any of the food delivery apps. So In-N-Out, you got to pick it up on your own, unfortunately. Okay, let's try this. Let's redo this. Wingstop's way up there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it stopped parked way too far from Wingstop. So let's see what it's going to do here. It's thinking. Go. What are you doing? Come on. So I had to press the throttle there. Rivian, yeah, I love the Rivian. I'm not a real truck person. I think that's the thing. So I just haven't used it as much as at the beginning. I was like towing a race car and things like that, but I haven't driven it a ton recently, at least for its truck purposes. So the Wingstop's up in front. It's still parking a little bit far away, in my opinion. Since this Wingstop order is going to take a little bit of a wait. Let's see. This person ordered 50 wings, so it's going to be about a 5-minute wait. Should we try Smart Summon? What do you think? I haven't used Smart Summon in a long time. I don't even know if... Gosh, let me see. But I have to... Can I drop a pin with Smart Summon? Does anybody know? Gosh, it's been a long time since I used it. Yeah, I have to... Is that what... Let's see. I thought I could drop a pin. No? Can I? Oh yeah, you can. Okay. Let's try that. Go to target. Okay, we're doing smart summon, guys. Is that a way that we could get... Okay, there's a truck coming from the left. I'm prepared to take over if I need to. I guess that's one way that we could get closer to the place. Oh, okay. It's very smooth. Much smoother than in the past. That looks like FSD asses when you could be in the car. Like I could be in the passenger seat, but just for the sake of not having to move seats, do you guys want to try? Let's try it. Okay, it's like 5 more minutes before the order is ready, so it's not like we're late to the order or anything. I'll tell you what, let me get in the passenger seat and we'll play around with this a little bit. It'll go up to 8 miles per hour. Wayne, okay, Wayne wants to see it. Let's try it. Let me move my junk. So guys, we're going to try Smart Summon. Okay, guys, I have moved to the passenger seat. The only thing is, the AC doesn't work, does it? Let me turn on the AC before I die here. Brad, okay, you haven't seen it? Let's try it. Oh, okay, that's how I can turn on the AC. Okay, let's let's go. How about let's do this? You know what? I don't want to block the main thoroughfare, so let's just pick. Let's pick this area. Oh no, I have to stay in this circle. So let's see, where can we go? Okay, let's go to in front of this Starbucks here. So I don't know if you guys can see, I've put the Starbucks coffee as the target. We'll click. Okay guys, nobody's in the driver's seat. I'm holding it. I'm in a Model 3. Too bad there's not more people around. 8 miles per hour. Okay, it's topping out at 8 miles per hour. Okay, did a great job. Let's go back to Wingstop. Let's see if anybody realizes that we're not in the driver's seat. Oh shit, it's going through the Starbucks drive-thru. Oh, no, that's not good. Sorry guys, it's going into the Starbucks drive-thru. We don't want that. Let's hit somewhere else. Let's tell it to go here. Okay, you guys get to see this live. That drive-thru is tight. I don't want it to go into that drive-thru and not be able to come back out, so. Okay, so you know what? I will. Okay, we're gonna go to the Wingstop. So guys, check that out. Nobody's in the driver's seat. I'm in the passenger seat. I got the target set for Wingstop. It's driving at its max 8 miles per hour. It's taking a right here. Perfect job. But except it won't park. I don't think it'll park. Do you guys think it'll park? Let's try. No, it will not park in a parking space. So I got the target as those 2 parking spaces, but it won't park there. So let me get the car parked, and then I'm gonna go grab the Wingstop order. But at least you got to see how smart summons works. I'm gonna just turn on the hazards here. But smart summons is pretty cool. Just get it parked right here. So the only one fault back there is it tried to go into the Starbucks drive-thru, which is definitely not good, because Otherwise, we would have had to go through the whole drive-through. There's no, some drive-throughs are wide enough that it has like a escape route, but this one doesn't. So that was the only fault with actual Smart Summon there. Good thing I was in it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's still, in its early days. So definitely, you still got to watch it. That's as I proved back there. It still needs supervision, because if I was nowhere near the car, it would have maybe got stuck in that drive-through, and I would have to run over there and rescue the car. So cool function. Yeah, definitely really cool. Pick up my Model Y Premium on Thursday. Awesome. Congratulations. I can see the barista looking into an empty car. Yeah. She probably wouldn't be a happy camper. Yep, Wayne, yeah, it did go up to 8 miles per hour. It topped out at 8, which is a good speed, I feel like. I mean, right now it's late in the day or early evening, so, I mean, there's not a lot of people in this shopping mall. But this mall does get busy. I could see where, if there was more people here, people might get pissed off. Brad, are you getting FSD mainly are you getting a Tesla mainly for FSD? Sorry, I still have my Uber on. Turn that off. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna go check on the order real quick, and I'll be back in a second. In the meantime, sit tight, guys, if you can. Okay, this drop. Get my mic back on. This one is 11 minutes away. All right, thank you for staying patient, guys. Just check out. Just make sure we're going the right way here. Oh, see, it's saying. Okay, apply slight turning force to the steering wheel. So just looking up is not enough. FSD supervised hands-free mode off. Why? Why is it mode on? Okay. So back there, I had my phone in my hand. Now, like, there's been a lot of talk about 14.3.3 being a lot less naggy, but in some ways it's more naggy. Like back there, I just had my phone in my hand, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, and it was not happy. But I understand it's in a parking lot. There's more complex maneuvers here. Parking lots are kind of the most difficult maneuvers for FSD. So, but just looking up there was not enough to make the message go away there. Sorry guys, here, I should put it here. Let me see, let me just make sure. So it also doesn't like when you look in this corner. I think they finally realized a lot of people mount their phone up here, and when they see that you're looking in this quadrant, this area of the screen, it definitely pops up a message saying, pay attention. Okay, I'm gonna make an unprotected left here. Okay, should go after this white car. That white car was in the second lane. FSD could have gone. That's one thing I've noticed it's being more conservative about recently. It could have gone a lot sooner. Like that white Maxima was, in the second lane. It had more than enough room to go, but it didn't, judge the lane correctly. So, let me see. Sorry, let me just catch up here. Hello, I bought a 2024 Model X Plaid. The price was amazing. I could not pass it up, and it's also being shipped to Vegas within a couple days, and also has full self drive. Awesome, congratulations. Yeah, some of the deals on Model X's are really good, and being a 2024, you should also have AI4, I believe. Temperature right now 96 degrees. Yeah, super hot, but not super hot for Vegas. Brad says, love the gull-wing doors on the Model X. Did you buy Hoovie's Garage Model? I love Hoovie's Garage. Been a long-time viewer. Love his stuff. Were you the guy I watched the other night in Vegas with his daughter? That's actually my wife, not my daughter. I don't have a daughter. So that was my wife, I think. Sunglasses might be your best friend for that workaround. Yeah, I'm actually wearing sunglasses right now. And the same pair of sunglasses before I bought this car like a year ago, it wasn't able to track my eyes. Like it would give me I would get that warning message and I would have to tug the steering wheel to make it go away. So in earlier versions, it would, sorry, I just want to make sure. It's a little windy today. I want to make sure that camera up top outside doesn't fly away or anything. But yeah, there used to be a trick where you could wear sunglasses and kind of defeat the attention monitoring camera, but I think it's getting smarter, and now just wearing sunglasses, you can see through. Welder's helmet. I'll have to try that. That might make a good video idea. A welder's helmet. Model Y beside me, was there? Oh, okay. Yeah, lots of Teslas in this area. Definitely way more Model Ys. I would say 3-to-1. Model Ys to Model 3s. Yeah, it's been pretty windy recently. That's why I haven't been going out with the 360 camera. I'm always a little afraid it might fly away. But I do have this powered suction cup where if it feels like it's losing suction, it will, increase the suction force. That's made by Insta360, so looks to be pretty good quality, and haven't had any issues since. Yeah. Brad says, coming to Vegas in October for a couple awesome. Yeah, October is a good time to come. It's not as hot. Pretty much starting from about now till August, September, it's just almost above 100 degrees every day. How's the stream? Is it still pretty good? Pretty clear? I think I finally got the settings down pretty good to where the stream is pretty smooth most of the time, as long as the Starlink isn't blocked. Maybe later this week I'll try go down to the Strip again. Are you in the hurry? Nope, I'm in standard. So standard profile. We could try hurry. Hurry doesn't seem to go much faster on this road. 5 over. I'll knock it back to standard just to see the difference. So no difference. As far as standard and hurry, as far as the top speed, it's 5 over, at least on this road. Try Mad Max. Mad Max seems about the same too. This is a rear-wheel drive, Model 3. 2025, it's probably about 9 months old. Yeah, so at least in this area, different areas have different, driving styles, I guess you could say so. At least in this area, it's doing about 5 over. Okay, looks like we're going to a guard-gated community again. So we'll see which lane it takes. It likes to take the residence lane, but okay, we're gonna have to take over. Sorry guys, hopefully we're still connected here. I think we are. If you get stopped for speeding, do you say, "Sorry officer, I wasn't driving the car"? Actually, I was on X the other day, and this guy that I know that also does content on YouTube, Mars Embassy, I think he got pulled over somewhere near Starbase. Sorry guys, I think we may have lost some folks here. Let's see, hopefully we're still here. Okay, we're back. Looks like you guys are trickling back in. Yeah, but do keep in mind, I mean, anytime using FSD, you are still responsible, which also means speeding tickets. I'll say navigation for that one. Where are you driving us? Let's see. Sorry, I don't think we're... Is it this house? Oh, okay, it's this house. Tell you what, let me move a little bit closer to the... That would have been fine, but let me just get us moved a little bit closer. Okay, let me get the Wingstop dropped off, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, at the end, that one paid $9.95. That was a good one. Sorry guys, I forgot to put my mic on. Okay, got the Wingstop dropped off. At the end, that one paid $9.95. DoorDash paid $2.20 and the customer tipped $7.75. So thank you very much. Let's just navigate back to that Wingstop. That was pretty good. Okay, pay attention. So the attention monitoring is most sensitive when the car, for the first couple seconds when the car gets going, I feel like. Hey Jeff, welcome. That's awesome. Better than the Sephora. Yeah, way better than the Sephora. That was probably the worst order I ever got. I heard a story of a lady having her Tesla drive her home from the bar and got stopped and tried playing the car, was driving car. Needless to say, she was hauled off to jail. Yeah. So, I mean, more of the story is you're still in, you're still in control. You're still the supervisor, so to speak. So I definitely don't recommend anybody, using FSD while drunk. Maybe Jeff can tell us the legal parts if you ever got pulled over for drunk driving. But yeah, I mean, you're at the end of the day, you're still responsible. So, Brad asks, can you do more than one order at once? Not sure how DoorDash works. So there's two types of multi-apping. There's, of course, you can wait for DoorDash to try and give you, two different orders, or sometimes it gives you stacked orders, where you're picking up from two different places and delivering to two different customers. But there's also something called, they call it dirty stacking, where you might take a order from DoorDash and Uber Eats, or, Uber Eats and Grub, any two apps, and try to deliver them. But the problem is the apps are really cracking down on that. They're really watching your on-time rate, and if they see you going in the wrong direction. I've gotten calls where I didn't do it on purpose, but there was a detour or something, and then Uber's customer support calls and asks, where are you going, why are you heading the wrong direction? And so they really try to micromanage you, even though you're an independent contractor. Okay, we got a speed bump here. That's always tricky for FSD. Let's see if it slows down. Nope, it's not going to slow down. And that's a sharp speed bump, so I feel like it's almost the point where it might pop your tires. So it did not slow down for the speed bump. And I've reported that speed bump like a number of times, and it still hasn't fixed it. So I'm not sure how, people have always asked, does all these reports really do anything? Have I tried Uber? Not rideshare, I only do the Uber Eats. Jeff says, full responsibility, FSD is like cruise control. You still get the blame unless I represent you. Okay. Is that for free, Jeff? No, I'm joking. Let me just make sure. Okay, let me turn it back on, see what kind of orders we can get here. We'll probably go for another 30 minutes or so, guys. Maybe pick one or two more orders up. It's summertime, so the order volume's pretty slow. Not a lot of good orders. Brad, hopefully I answer your question there. Uber, I only do the Uber Eats, not the ride share. I feel like food delivery is kind of at least better for content creation, because that way I can do live streams. I can't do it with the customer or the client in the car. But yeah, I would say overall, my overall thoughts about this latest update, it's pretty similar, maybe a little bit of more refinement, but can't really put my finger onto what's exactly better. It still has kind of the same problems. Parking's, it parks well, but it just still parks really far away. Okay, at Jimmy John's, this is a good one. Paying, let me just make sure it's a house. Yep, it's a house. It's paying $13.05 for 6.5 miles. We'll go ahead and take this one. Let's see. Jimmy John's, yep. One of the things I noticed is if you change the direction kind of midway, like as I did earlier, I think earlier I got the Wingstop motor and I changed the navigation. It made very rough direction changes, like midway. It almost banged into the curb back there. So I mean, that's why I say you definitely still need to supervise the system. Jeff, I don't know if you saw back there, but I tried actual smart summons. I won't say the acronym, but yeah. Actual smart summons, and it tried to go into the Starbucks drive-through, and if it did go down that road, it would have to go through the complete drive-through, and the Starbucks baristas probably wouldn't be too happy. Okay, pretty smooth turn there. 23 folks on YouTube, thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate your support. I didn't check in on X. I think we got... Okay, let me shut off my Uber. No, don't want to do that Chinese order. Just switch my X. Anybody watching on X? Let's see. Oh, the telemetry looks pretty good on X. Nobody's watching. Oh, 2 people, okay. Sorry, the audio's... If you guys are also on X, please follow me. Same handle, Autonomous Eats. Love to connect with you guys there. Got a nice Quicksilver Model Y up front. Do any of you guys watch... I've been really hooked on this delivered... Tommy, is it Tommy Makula? He does like this car negotiation live stream. He negotiates car deals live. I've been watching those recently, and I've been thinking like he's calling like these Toyota dealers today for a RAV4, and those are going for like 2,000, above MSRP. I was thinking, why wouldn't somebody just buy a Model Y? It's like way nicer to me, at least in my opinion. Why pay the $2,000 markup? I'd much rather buy a Model Y over that RAV4. 19. Sorry, I can't read. XCE4. Okay, we got the right of way. No stop sign for us. Oh, you watch him too? Okay, yeah, I love watching Tommy and Delivered. That's yeah. I was watching him today, and he was negotiating a RAV4 deal, and he was probably calling at least 5 or 6 dealerships to get $2,000, $2,000 off. I was thinking, why don't you just get a Model Y? I mean, I don't think it's that much different, right? Or am I dreaming about the numbers? But I feel like I'd much rather have a Model Y than a RAV4. Speaking of RAV4, that's the RAV4 that was in front of us. Okay, let's see how it parks here. Oh, sorry, I didn't answer your question. How many miles does each day of Uber eats do you put on the car? I'm guessing how many miles total. I only put like 50 miles because I just do it part-time, just for fun, for content creation. So guys, I'm going to park a little bit closer. I didn't park too far, but I want to make sure I can watch the cameras since my wife's not with me. Okay, I'll park you guys right here. At least you guys can see the road. Let me just check in that I'm here. Okay, it says it'll be ready at 7:21. KK says, I was in the market for a 26 Kia Sportage Hybrid SX. Test drove the car, got approved, and before finalizing things in the finance manager's office, I just had my wits end with them. Because that's the worst part of a dealership. I hate when they try to put add-ons, try to push the extended warranty, all that garbage. I mean, fine if you need that, but buy it somewhere else. I mean, they absolutely rip you off on that stuff. Sorry if there's any F&I guys here, but I know I have a lot of friends, in the F&I office at different dealerships, and they tell me all the crazy stories of things they do to customers. So I always, and that's the great thing about Teslas. They don't push all that crap on you when you buy a car. And to me, that's one of the great things about Tesla is, it's a very low pressure sales environment. None of that, high pressure sales and doing all these, playing all these games when they sell you a car. Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I'm just going to run into the Jimmy John's, grab the order. I'll be back hopefully in a few minutes. Trying to find my other phone. What did I do with it? What's in my pocket? Okay.